still struggling to read notes on the grand staff? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you the 3 simple steps that will finally make it click for good. And if you're like most people, you've probably tried memorizing things like "every good boy does fine" or writing letter names next to every note, and you're still frustrated. And rest assured, you're not alone. And the reality is, most people use systems that actually make reading music harder, not easier. But here's what most teachers never show you. With just 5 simple landmarks and 1 simple idea, you can read any note on the grand staff instantly. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll be able to look at a line of music and finally say, I know exactly where that is on the piano. And if you're new here, my name's Jonathan, and on this channel, we provide practical tutorials to help you improve at the piano faster. Now, let's dive into step 1. First, forget about memorizing the entire staff. Instead, we're just going to focus on 5 landmark notes. We'll go through them one at a time on the staff because I find it makes it a little easier to look at it away from the keyboard and then bring the keyboard in to kind of reduce that cognitive overload. So we'll start with one that you probably already have memorized really well, and that's middle C. That's probably the first note you learned in piano, so we don't need to spend a ton of time on that. The next one is often referred to as treble G, and if you know the treble clef is also known as the G clef, that'll help you remember that because that squiggle, or the line that goes through that squiggle, is your G line. So that's treble G. And then in the left hand, we have a similar trick for bass F. Again, the alternate name for the bass clef is the F clef because this line that goes between those 2 dots, that's going to be your F line. So we have middle C, treble G, and bass F. And then the next 2 are both going to be Cs, and we don't have a fun little clef pointing out exactly where they are, but we do have a little trick. We have treble C and bass C. Now, like I said, there's no clef or anything, but notice that these are symmetrical. So if I were to take the staff and fold it in half, they would be on top of each other. And I usually like to show students 1, 2, 3 spaces up and 1, 2, 3 spaces down. And those are going to be your 2 Cs. And now looking at those on the keyboard, we have your middle C, we have treble G, that second line from the bottom of the treble clef, bass F, and then we have those outer Cs, 3 spaces up and 3 spaces down. And so you want to get so familiar with these that you can spot them instantly. No counting, no guessing. A couple ways you can practice this. One is writing them down, sort of rote drilling, and I'll include some blank staff paper in the description if you'd like to print that out and get some practice with that. And then also apps like NoteRush are perfect for drilling this fast. I'll include a link to that as well as another video we made on that app so you can see exactly what that's about. But like I said, you want to get so good at these 5 landmark notes, you can find them instantly, you can write them on the staff, so much so that you don't even really need to even think about the letter. You see that note head and boom, middle C, treble C, bass C, treble G, bass F. Again, so there's almost no thought, and you'll see in just a bit why we're so obsessed with those 5. Step 2 is to master your intervals. Interval is a fancy term for simply the distance between notes on the piano. You might even be using this in some of your music reading, but we're just putting some terminology to it. And we're going to want to start with mastering steps and skips, which they're the smallest intervals that we see, but so many melodies use them. It's going to be handy for your music reading in addition to this grand staff reading strategy. But we're going to cover that really quick here. And so steps, that's when you have a note that's on a line going to a note that's on the next space and the next line. So in this case, we have treble G. And then instead of thinking G, A, B, we're going to think G, step up, step up. See how much easier that makes reading music. So you want to become a master at recognizing those steps. Again, printing out some staff paper, which I'll include in the description, practicing writing steps with simple note heads like this can go a long way. And so those are notes that are right next to each other. And then you also want to get really good at recognizing skips. And that's simply if you have a line note to a line note. In this case, once again, we have treble G. The next note is just a skip up from that, so we skip a key to go up to B. So in other words, we're skipping the note that would be in that space in between those 2 line notes. And so a skip can go from line to line, or it can also go from space to space, just like that. And once you can see steps and skips everywhere, you'll realize that you're not really reading every note. You're actually reading patterns in your music, and that's actually how fluent readers do it. Now, step 3 is to combine both of these concepts and bring it all together. So remember how obsessive we were getting over those 5 landmark notes? Well, this is why. Because if you have these memorized really well and you understand steps and skips really well, then you can use these 5 landmarks to find anything on the entire grand staff. I'll show you a few examples. Let's say you come across this note right here, not a landmark note, but you know your G incredibly well. This is just a step down from that, so G, step down, that's F. Much easier, right? Or let's say you have a note way down here. Let's say we have that note. Again, not a landmark, but if you know your C really well, space to space, that's just a skip down. That's gonna be a low A. I'll show you a little trickier example. Let's say you have a note way up here on that top line. It's a little further away, but again, if you know your treble C really well, this is just a skip up followed by a step up. So treble C, skip up, step up, there's your F. And so once you start looking at the grand staff this way, it's so much easier, infinitely easier, and you'll never have to write letter names ever again. In fact, you'll wonder why you ever tried using letters to begin with to read your music, because just like when we read words in a book, we don't look at every single letter or every single word, we look at how it all strings together, and it's exactly the same with music, reading by interval rather than worrying about individual letters. And so that's it. 5 landmarks, steps and skips, and connecting the two. And if this clicked for you, I think you'll really like this video here. This is our video on how harmony works. It's just a 4-minute crash course that makes the whole concept of chords and harmony and being in a key so easy. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.